at some point you just got to be the bully to the bully. And you want to get the bully to back down.
Well,
and
I think you were the bully, though, right?
What's that?
Weren't you the bully growing up?
No, I was never a bully. So I think one of the things you have to understand is the mystique of the Patriots, the mystique of Bill Belichick, gets people to do things that they normally don't do. It makes them conservative. It makes them afraid. It makes them get off their game plan. And the thing that I take away more than anything else is that Doug Peterson and that coaching staff said, we're going to be true to who we were all season long. We're going to be aggressive. We've got a great football team, regardless if we're playing a backup quarterback. And we are going to continue to put the pedal to the metal. When we get the football, we're going to go down. We're going to drive it. We're going to run it. We're going to do all the things that we do as an offense. And when we get in a critical situation on fourth down, we're calling a play. Because we're not going to walk away kicking field goals and going, how'd that one get away from us? And that, to me, is the thing that most teams fear. They're so afraid of making a mistake and opening it up for the New England Patriots and letting them take advantage of that mistake. And I said this going into the week. The one thing that you have to be able to do is if you make a mistake, because never a perfect game has been played, and so many teams get so concerned about, well, if we make a mistake, they'll capitalize. If you make a mistake, make it going 100 miles an hour and shorten somebody's neck. And if you can shorten somebody's neck, if you play aggressively like that, you'll overcome a few of those mistakes. And that's what the Philadelphia Eagles did. Their roster is loaded. They have a great roster. And we said it all week leading into that game. Man for man, they're a better roster. Now it's just about, can you be aggressive and can you get over that mental hurdle that you have to get over? And they were able to do that.
A lot of times when you make a mistake in the ball game also gets amplified. They made theirs at, the first half. They go down the field. Patriots go back down the field, get a touchdown. Brady made his late. That was probably had a lot to do with it. Skip and I were talking about it. You look at 53 for 53. I believe the Eagles are better, man for man, except two positions, tight end and quarterback. They're loaded. I don't know if another team could have had a quarterback start less than 3 regular season games and do what he did, unless you got a quality team. We saw the Redskins do it with Doug Williams. We saw the Giants do it with Jeff Hostetler.
But not to this level.
Well, the quarterbacks didn't play like this. No.
Doug did in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Doug played unbelievable. Doug played unbelievable. But the defenses, because if you look at it, the Eagles' defense, we thought they're going to pressure Brady all night. They got one sack, a strip sack. He threw for over 500 and has had 600 total yards. But I love Doug Peterson. He's like, we got here with me being aggressive. The thing that he showed me is that it happened in the NFC Championship game. With 29 seconds, they got the ball on the 20-yard line. They said, we're going to get points. We ain't taking on the knee. We're going to get more points. So now they go down and get a field goal. What do they do after Tom Brady goes down the field and score? They said, we coming right back at you. They went back down and got a touchdown. The biggest drive of the night, don't let anybody tell you different. When the Patriots got that ball out of the half and they went down the field 75 yards in under 3 minutes and scored, the Eagles got the ball and went right back down the field. If they don't go back down the field and get a touchdown here, it's over. Tom Brady's in a rhythm. They took some time off the clock, and then you know that old last drive, old Nick Foles. You know, somebody used to call him Foles goal. Oh, Foles goal, Foles goal. Guess what? He the real deal, Joy. He's 24K.
That somebody was me early in 2013, which was 5+ years ago.
Yeah.
And he went on to throw 27 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions that year and played very well in a playoff loss at home to Drew Brees. So I hear both of you about Doug Peterson. He arrived on the national scene last night. He showed the world he can really call plays. And he can call them for Carson Wentz as well as for Nick Foles because they look like interchangeable parts to me in that offense, right?
Right.
That's an offense. And I know it has a lot of Chip Kelly in there and it has a lot of Andy Reid, but Doug Peterson rose and shone above this game. But my bottom line on the game is that Tom Brady was at his all-time greatest last night and Bill Belichick was at his all-time worst. Belichick's defense was an embarrassment last night, for all the reasons you just said, because while Nick Foles stared Tom Brady right in the eye and didn't blink one time the whole game, he was going against a defense that he was shredding from start to finish. Did the Patriots ever even slow Nick Foles down? No. So while Tom Brady threw for not just a Super Bowl record, an all-time NFL playoff record, 505 yards, while he scored, Tom Brady, the most points a Super Bowl loser has ever scored, 33 points. His defense gave up 41. If I'm Tom Brady this morning, and I will bet you he is furious with both Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia, because you got to be better than that. You got to be better than allowing 538 yards and 41 points.
Were they mad at him when he only scored 14 against the Giants?
Okay, well, I'm talking about last night. And again, this is the man who had won 5 Super Bowls with 5 fourth-quarter overtime game-winning drives. And last night after the game, I thought he nailed it because he said, we never got control of the game. This is Tom Brady. We never got to play it on our terms because it was constantly Philly's terms, because Tom Brady did something I thought for the first 3 quarters was impossible. He actually led a game, what could have been a game-winning drive, a go-ahead, come-from-behind drive early in the fourth quarter. 9:22 left. He scores, and they're up 33-32. And then what happened? Nick Foles goes 3rd and 6.
Philadelphia happened.
Philadelphia. And he
Bold
goes,
and bold.
wait a second. He went 75 yards on 14 plays and covered 7 minutes of the clock?
But,
That's impossible.
I will
Who's going to make a play, Bill? Where's your genius now, Bill?
I will tell you this, and you're right about Doug Peterson arriving on the scene, because he went back when they had their bye week and took advantage of their bye week. Foles had played a couple of bad the last 2 games of the regular season. He was not good. They went back and they studied what he did under Chip Kelly in that 27-2 where he threw all those touchdowns. They implemented, amalgamated that kind of collegiate style with what they do.
Everything's run-pass option. It starts with that every play.
Well, they ran a lot of that with traditional routes. It wasn't just one receiver route. So there were route combinations where he's reading those things out. He's reading the defense out. They put him in a comfortable position to have success. And we always talk about how Bill Belichick outcoaches the coaches that he coaches against, and he's done that consistently. Doug Peterson got the upper hand. And, oh, by the way, it's really easy to run offense when every time you're sitting there, just about every time, in 2nd down and 4, because you're ripping off 6.5 yards a carry. And that was the defense. Hey, we're going to press you. We're going to take away those inside, slant routes on the RPO game, and we're going to give you the runs. And guess what? Doug Peterson was smart enough to go, all right, we'll just hand those off. 6 yards, 6.5 yards, 8 yards.
But Stink, I don't know if you're noticing it. This is what I'm starting to see. When the Patriots win, it's Tom Brady's greatness. When they lose, it's Coach Belichick, it's the defense, it's the kicking game.
So you tell me. What did you see last night? I told you what I saw.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you're noticing that also. If you look at this game was a microcosm of what happened the opening Thursday night against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
5:30.
No, it was not. He wasn't a microcosm. Did Tom Brady throw for 500 yards against the Chiefs? He was awful on opening Thursday night.
I'm talking about from the Eagles' perspective. Kansas City had 537. The Philly had 538. One scored 41, one scored 42. Both running backs had over 100 yards receiving. On what route did they get the touchdown on? Out of the backfield, up the seam. That's what I'm saying, Skip Bayless. But I'm saying I see what you're doing here. Tom Brady, all-time great.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just telling you the facts. Okay, I'm spitting them at you. You can't spit them back.
Okay, what about the 14-point against the Giants?
I don't care about that. He won 5 Super Bowls with 5 game-winning drives.
He lost 3.
Okay.
He lost to Nick Foles.
Should he have lost last night?
He lost to Nick Foles.
With 505
he
yards?
lost to Nick Foles.
Yeah, because his head coach was abysmal last night.
Wait.
What did you say? Was it not a foolish backfire mistake not to start Malcolm Butler? Was it not? That's what you said.
Hold on.
Hall of Fame.
If he doesn't
help me out.
If he doesn't insert Malcolm Butler and they lose the Super Bowl, whose fault is that? See,
all
you talk about
that's Brady's fault?
No, all you talk about is Brady's fourth quarter comebacks, and they're great. But the defense had given up 3 points in 4 fourth quarters in those comebacks.
Yeah.
They gave up 12 last night. See, I kept telling you, when Ben Roethlisberger threw for 480 and 5 touchdowns, why didn't he win? Because the defense couldn't stop anybody.
Tom Brady threw for 101 yards in the 4th quarter last night. That should have won the game.
No, it shouldn't have.
No defense.
Yeah.
Tom should have played safety, I guess.
Again,
I don't know.
But
he did play receiver, so maybe he could.
No, he can't catch. He can't play receiver. He can't catch.
Will the Eagles get back to the Super Bowl next year? We'll discuss that next.
Yeah, we're going to be back on
Yeah,